Oh, are we starting? Good morning. Welcome to the 2022 Malibu State of the City. I'm Barbara Bruderlin with the Malibu Chamber of Commerce, and we're coming to you live on this wonderful day from Malibu Pacific Church, overlooking the beautiful Malibu Ocean. Huge thanks to the city of Malibu, who's leading the way in innovation and sustainability. We're so proud of being a part of the city. I mean, we're not part of the city, but so proud to be here representing the city of Malibu. Now I would like to introduce our Master of Ceremonies, Anthony McDemus.
Good afternoon, everybody. First, I want to thank, in my opinion, one of the hardest working women in Malibu, our beloved Chamber CEO, Barbara Bruderlin. Thank you, Barbara. And I would agree that we are literally and figuratively blessed to be holding this beautiful setting. Thank you to Malibu Pacific Church to let us have this event here with a view of the Malibu Hills, Malibu Lagoon, Surfrider Beach, and of course the Santa Monica Bay. So thank you to our hosts at Malibu Pacific Church. I'm Anthony McDemus of the Malibu Times, and I'm honored to be MC today and to be a part of the Chamber team since 2015. And now to start us off, I want to introduce John Silva from Pepperdine University, a Pepperdine freshman, to sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Wow, that was wonderful. Thank you so much, John. I really appreciate it. And one of the young, fresh faces from Pepperdine. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And now I'd like to introduce the interim city manager, Steve McClary, to help us with the Pledge of Allegiance. There you are.
Good afternoon. I'm Steve McClary. I'm the interim city manager for the city of Malibu. It's a pleasure to be here. I won't be singing the Pledge of Allegiance for you. I could not follow that. So if I could ask you all to please face the flag. If you have a cap, please take that off. And if you could please place your hand over your right heart and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I also have the privilege now to introduce, I understand he'll be joining us live by video, but I have the privilege now of introducing Senator Henry Stern. For those who are not aware, Senator Henry Stern is a sixth-generation Californian and a native of Greater Los Angeles area, who has represented nearly 1 million residents of the 27th Senate District since first being elected to serve the Senate District in November of 2016. Stern has chaired the Senate Natural Resources and Water Committee since 2018, where he has worked tirelessly to bolster the state's wildfire preparedness, push to have the state address the climate change emergency, improve our democracy, and fight to help some of California's most vulnerable members. He was also recently appointed as chair of the Joint Legislative Committee on Emergency Management. In addition, Stern sits on the Senate's Budget, Environmental Quality, Judiciary, and Energy Utilities and Communication Committees, as well as the Budget Subcommittee on Resources, Environmental Protection, and Energy. So if you would, please welcome Senator Henry Stern to the occasion today. Thank you.
Hey, thank you. I can't start my video though. I don't know if I'm on or not. Someone could turn on my video here. Maybe Barbara can help me out. I'm here. Just can't turn the video on. I'm not sure if I'm coming through. This is me.
You are coming through, Henry.
Thanks, Paul. So should I just do audio and forget the video? Is that the best way to do this?
Ready?
I am ready. I'm just need to turn the video on. Whatever anyone can do to help.
Is your video on your end?
No, it won't allow me to. It says the host has stopped my video. So someone's got to. But if you got, I don't want to hold up your ceremony here. If you want to keep going while you guys sort that out, don't sweat it. You can keep rolling and come back to me if someone else wants to do a little tech work here.
Days of post-pandemic reboots. So
I know exactly. Keep rolling. I don't want to slow you down. Why don't someone can work on the Zoom thing and then you guys can come back to me. I'll be here.
we're flexible here. Thank you very much.
No worries. No worries. I'm sorry. I'm trying to hit start video, but it won't work.
I'm going to go ahead and jump ahead if I could.
Yeah, please.
It's my privilege and pleasure to introduce the current mayor of Malibu, the Honorable Paul Grisanti. Paul has lived and worked in Malibu full-time since 1978. He's a real estate broker in the Malibu area for over 40 years. He was fortunate to meet and marry his wife, Sarah, in Malibu and raise 3 children who attended local schools. They currently are doting grandparents to 4 grandchildren. He was one of the 10 original members of the general plan for the forming of the city of Malibu and served on that task force until 1992. He was later appointed to Malibu Public Works Commission, where he served for 16 years. That's dedication. Paul was also appointed to the LA County District 29 Task Force, where he participated in building a 25-year plan to improve District 29 infrastructure. The work contemplated in that plan had only begun recently as a reaction to the Woolsey Fire. After the Woolsey Fire, Paul mobilized very quickly to inform the county that the fire flow requirements had changed in 2009 and would make the Woolsey recovery impossible. Paul promoted an eventual compromise and allowed the rebuilding process to begin over the next 2.5 years. He wrote 73, I know this, 73 articles for the Malibu Times advocating for the rebuilding and a more resilient Malibu. Mayor Grisanti has a degree in economics from the University of California, Santa Barbara, and he was also a 4-year letterman on the crew team. And now a few words from Mayor Grisanti on the state of the city.
Video? Henry, why don't you try starting the video now? And I've been introduced, but let's hear from you.
No, I want to hear from you. I'm ruining. I'll be super quick, Mr. Mayor, and just say, yeah, I appreciate the introduction. It's an honor to be your representative in Sacramento. I'm Henry Stern. I'm from Malibu. I'm grateful to the people who keep trying to lead this community to a place of some kind of peace and some kind of unity. I thought Woolsey, and I had hoped going through that crisis like you did, Mr. Mayor, they would bring us all together. And sometimes crises do that, and sometimes they tear us further apart. But I sit here as somebody who's trying to work for the whole of our community in Malibu. And I'm looking at, a great number of people here on this list, including our school board representative, Mr. Foster. And I saw Councilmember Farrer there as well. And I just want you all to know that, that there's still a spirit of unity in this town, and that we still have a lot that we should be agreeing on together. We're working right now to restore wildfire insurance, for example, throughout Malibu for those communities that harden themselves and not be priced out for whatever is left of, all the middle class in our town, people who taught me at school and my school nurse and, the people who make our community go. People think Malibu's just for the rich and famous, but we know better. We know there's a lot of hardworking people. We're trying to make sure we get our fair share and a fair shake in our school system. I'm going to be helping you guys in Sacramento to get that done. You need more homeless services from the county and from the state. We have 3 mobile psychiatric units for all of LA County right now. The only thing you do on the roads, and look, I've been on there with you guys. On PCH the other day, I had a guy die in my arms. I don't even know his name. Almost ran somebody over who's walking in the middle of the street and clearly needed care. But all you can do is call LA County Sheriff's Department. And thank God for them. But we need a better way. Can't be on their own. So we'd like to see 3 units become 300 units. And we'd like there to be a number that you can actually pick up and call, so the city of Malibu can be empowered to deal with this issue compassionately, because it's gonna bite us if we don't. So it's a tough time. I don't envy your job, Mr. Mayor, but I am deeply appreciative to the Chamber of Commerce for being critical civic infrastructure for our town, and for everyone who shows up and puts in the time to make us more secure and sustainable and safe. So thank you, especially to the interim city manager as well, for enduring and for keeping us together. I really think we can get there, but it's going to take some courage and some calm and maybe a little civility, right, Paul? It's not dead yet. So have at it, Mr. Mayor. I'll get out of your way. Thanks for giving me a little moment here.
Thank you, Henry. And I hope that the rest of you will join me in going to the polls in November and noticing that Henry is going to be running for supervisor, from LA County supervisor for our district. And we'd love to bring him home. Hello, Malibu. Thank you for joining us today for the Malibu Chamber of Commerce's 2022 State of the City. I'm your mayor, Paul Grisani. I'd like to thank the Chamber for making this event possible this year and for their ongoing support of Malibu's local businesses and our community. And thank you to sponsors HRL Laboratories and International Protective Services and other sponsors for making this event possible. As part of our efforts to ensure that important communications from the city are easily accessible to everyone in the community, this event is being live streamed for free for all to view live and on demand. During normal times, we hold this event every year to offer the community updates on the city's work over the last year, on the city's financial situation, on the state of Malibu's economy and local businesses, and the outlook for the coming year. Well, we're in a new normal. Aren't you sick of that expression? I'm proud to say that we can now hold this event virtually and look forward to in-person events soon. Meanwhile, we adapt. These are unprecedented times, but Malibu has always united to overcome adversity and meet our challenges head on, stronger together, as we have done with wildfire, floods, and now the global pandemic. We've experienced tremendous loss, disruption, and faced physical and mental health crises. And we mourn the loss of 13 community members who have tragically succumbed to this deadly disease. COVID has taken the lives of 30,000 people in our county, more than 83,000 in California, and 925,000 nationwide. That's more than the number of Americans killed in World War I and World War II combined. To me, serving as mayor, as council member, and for years as a commissioner, and as a community volunteer has all been part of a long trajectory. Serving my community where I have raised my children, where I've built my home and business, where twice my home has burned down in fires and rebuilt, and helped others to rebuild and recover. Since we have not had a state of the city the past 2 years, our last two mayors, council members Karen Fair and Mikey Pearson, have not had the opportunity to give a state of the city address. So I'd like to start by acknowledging all their work and leadership serving and representing the community, laying the foundation for so many achievements that the city has made during my term as mayor. Thanks for letting me take the credit for them. They got stuck with a lot of tough work like conducting investigations and responding to the many recommendations made in the reports following the Woolsey Fire, from increasing wildfire preparedness to improving the rebuilding process. I'd also like to thank each and every person in